Welcome back. This is part 2, upper body strengthening. Want to start out with my typical warning. This is not no pain, no gain. If it hurts, you stop. Don't do it. If the joint's flaring that's related to the exercise, don't do the exercise. There's many different levels with strengthening exercises that you can do. But you will need a couple of things for this one. Some sort of weight. Hand weights, like the little barbells that you hold in your hand. I gave mine to Dad. I can't show them to you. There's wrist and ankle weights that Velcro on. If your wrist is hurting or flaring, move it up your arm so it's off of that flared area. You can still get the weight. Or you can use mine if you're poor and don't have stuff laying around, and get a grocery bag. Just a regular plastic grocery bag. And you're going to load that with various items around your house. Anything from your medicine bag to cans of soup, shoes. Start light though. You're not wanting to push. And while we want to get enough weight to work the muscle, that joint's having to work it too. So we have to be very much aware of our joints during these exercises. The other thing that you can do is resistance. There are resistance bands that you can get. They come in different strengths and weights. You might have some other things laying around from different exercise things you've done through the years. Or a chair, a wall. Any immovable object that you can reach comfortably can work as your resistance. Even your own muscles. So on really bad days, you might not use weights. You might not use resistance items. You might just be tensing that muscle. Time to strengthen those upper body muscles. We've got 4 main areas. The forearm, which is where our hand strength comes from. Upper arm, upper chest, and upper back. If you've got hand weights, that's great. We're going to use those. If you don't have hand weights, you can use your wrist weights or your grocery bag. I like my grocery bag. I also forgot to mention the ever lovely pillow. Now, you can drop your elbow and support your elbow on your knee. That tends to hurt my back. So we add a pillow. Provide some support and some comfort for my elbow and my shoulder. Basically, with any of the arm exercises, if your shoulder or your elbow is flaring, don't do the exercises. Otherwise, wrist, put your splint on. Even if the wrist isn't flaring, unless you have no problems with your wrist, put your splint on. Either take your weights, just take the weights, however you're using your weights, in your hand. Shoulder in alignment, elbow kind of close to the body. And we're just going to turn the hand face down, sideways, and then palm up, holding each to the count of 5, and then reverse it. Now, even if you're using a garbage bag, make your best fist. Don't squeeze real tight if your fingers joints are flaring, but at least try and make a fist that helps pull those muscles in there. Holding each down, side, and up to the count of 5. You're going to do that 10 times on each arm. Now we're going to move it up, and your palm's going to face forward. You're going to bring your arm out a little bit, and we're going to do curls. Again, if you can keep a fist made, not squeezing real hard, that's better. If not, don't. Whatever type of weight you're using, or you can use the resistance bands for the knees. And you're just going to curl up. A slow up, hold to the count of 5, and a slow down. You're going to do this 10 times. Each arm. Slow up, hold to the count of 5, slow down. Then you're going to turn your wrist over so that the palm is facing down. And slow up, hold to the count of 5, and down. Of course, the goal is as much motion as you can get, but that does involve elbow motion. So if your elbow is flaring, don't do it. If your elbow starts hurting, don't do it, or stop. You're wanting to, these exercises you should primarily be feeling here in the forearm, the lower part of your arm there. Wrist splints should help keep your wrists from taking too much stress from holding the weights or whatever. And that's our forearm exercises. The other thing you can do is, if you can do the squeezing, the stress balls or Play-Doh, anything that you're kind of getting a squeeze. If your hands are flaring, don't do it. Okay. Now, we're going to straighten our arm out, straighten the elbow out. Have the elbow bent to this point. Palm up, and you're going to lift your arm slowly. The idea is to get it level if you can. Of course, I can't. Hold to the count of 5. I also can't get my palm up, as you see. And down. This puts a little more strain on the elbow and on the shoulder. So pay attention to those two joints. You're going to go up, hold to the count of 5, and down. This you should start to be feeling in here. Do that 10 times each arm. Then we're going to rotate our wrist over. Elbow straight as it gets. And again, just up. We're shooting for shoulder height if you can get it. Hold to the count of 5 and down. You're going to do this 10 times. This you'll feel more up in the shoulder area. Now we're going to take it out to the side. Move your pillow if you need. Arm as straight as you can get it. Palm up. Same thing. Up. Going for shoulder height to the count of 5 and down. Do that 10 times. Switch the wrist over. Quiet. Palm facing the ground. Going for shoulder height. Hold to the count of 5 and down. 10 times each. This you should start to feel more along the backward side of the arm. I hook my bag on my hand and then just wrap the weight over so it's kind of stays up here more. Fingers pointing towards the ceiling. We're going to raise our arms straight up as far as you can. This you should really start to feel along the back parts of the arm. And hold to the count of 5 and then down. 10 each of these. If you're not using this, if you're using the tension bands, make a loop, look it over your forearm, you're going to go up, 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 hold to the count of 5, and down, up, hold to the count of 5, and down. This gets you a real good workout back here. But it tends to hurt my shoulder more. Not sure why, but it does. That's the arms. Now, upper chest. I do tend to use the resistance bands. If you don't have a resistance band, or if it's too much for you, you can do this without. You're going to try and get your arms shoulder length, shoulder level, and bring your arms in front of you. The goal is to touch the elbows together. If your shoulders are flaring, don't do it. Upper back. Get those resistance bands up and just kind of cross and hold and lean forward and back and lean forward and lean forward. Count to 5 and back. Next one. Have to have another chair. Or a doorknob or anything to tie it off. I'm bringing in the ever trusty other chair. Oh, tired. Except if you can do this, you can still get resistance exercise. Just push down. And push down. And push down. I can't do the lifting of myself because of my fingers, my hands, and my wrists. I can't get that. But they're called wheelchair or chair push-ups. And you just grab a hold of the side of the chair and push up. Shoulders, wrists, hands, all that good stuff. Loop it around the chair. Chair far enough out from you. Again, I love my little loops that I tie in or wrap it. However works for you. And so you have to lean forward to get them. Arms are kind of relaxed. You're pulling with your back. The arms are just holding. Now, if you're not having trouble with your arms, really pull those arms back. Like you're rowing. Remember, slow, easy, hold to 5, 10 repetitions. If the joint hurts, stop. Sometimes it's hard to differentiate between that joint hurting and the muscle just burning some. Use your own caution and judgment. You're wanting to gain mobility, not lose it. If it hurts, stop. Well, I hope that was helpful, and I look forward to seeing you for the lower body workouts. The last part of a good workout program would be aerobics. Aerobics gets your heart rate up and maintains it there for 30 minutes. I've not found a good response to this for RA. Either my joints give out or the fatigue hits me. Open for suggestions. I do encourage you, if you can, do some sort of aerobics. If you can't stand up, you can still chair dance. And I try and do that every day. I can't make the 30 minutes. But the more you can do of it, the better. So the last part of this exercise is to put on your favorite upbeat song and get moving. But no pain. Have fun.